The Inner Harbor is the iconic center of Baltimore. It's the Columbus Circle of Baltimore. It's the Eiffel Tower of Baltimore.
Very soon, the heart of Baltimore City will receive a $900 million makeover with apartment towers, floating wetlands, a two-tiered promenade connecting new park space, a 2,000-seat amphitheater, and more.
I love downtown Baltimore. I come down here like every single day, just going on like daily walks around the water.
All this is just months away from initial construction.
Our job is to create that buzz now to show people what it's going to be like, what they should be excited about.
Newly appointed president and CEO of Visit Baltimore, Kareem Swinton, says his team is ready for the transformational challenge.
It's about it being an activated space when you talk about the harbor, where still small businesses are there. Local vendors come to the festivals and restaurants. The people who come in for conventions that walk from the center down because they want to see the water and there's something going on, it's activated, they go back and tell those stories about that. We do a really good job here of activating the space because we know waterfront access is like one of the top things that we're known for.
And when the project begins to take shape in the fall, he says that'll continue as they coordinate closely with developers.
We are business as usual. We are not shut down. We will not close. You know, obviously there'll be some disruption, but we're making sure that we activate other spaces in order to do that.
Most recently, MCB Real Estate tells 11 News investigates. With both final design and site approval voted through last year, the permit process is underway with everything on schedule, set to break ground by the end of this year. We now have a more clear picture of what we will see happen here first in the fall. It'll begin with traffic shifts. There will also be lane realignments, signal upgrades, all before that major infrastructure work begins, including the demolition of the nearly 50-year-old pavilions. Still, not everyone is on board.
I believe that we all want to see the Inner Harbor as a vibrant, iconic center of Baltimore. I don't think that the plan is a solution to the issues that we're having in the city.
The Inner Harbor Coalition remains skeptical. Michael Brasser believes lingering quality of life and crime issues could impact demand for the 900 apartment units to be built, while other critics have called the plan a developer grab for public waterfront parkland.
I think that the solution is a more flexible solution, especially in this time. I don't think Baltimore is ready for a project like this.
And challenges remain. Funding is lined up, but not all of it is fully nailed down yet, including the public portion. Though, in addition to the millions in private funding, the project does have a $100 million commitment from the city and state. Right now, many Baltimoreans say they're looking forward to this new chapter.
Since everything is gone, it's like it's not really nothing to do down here. That was a part of the reason why I chose to live in downtown Baltimore.
The new waterfront centerpiece is set to be completed by 2031. Along the Inner Harbor, I'm Tommy Clark, WBAL-TV 11 News investigates.
Tommy, thank you. And Visit Baltimore officials tell us that while we're still in the planning and soon-to-be construction phase, there is still plenty happening around the Inner Harbor.
A lot going on, and we'll look at some of those events coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. And you have a situation you want us to look into. We want to know about it. Send an email to 11investigates@WBAL-TV.com.